Life with Tao. Life is dialectical, and living is the way to live. Existence as we know, life is dialectical. You have to know what type you are. Can you relax? Can you let go? Can you be in a passive moment, not doing anything? If all this is possible for you, then techniques of will are not for you. If you can relax and if you can say to relax, and if I say to relax and you immediately ask me how to relax, that shows your mind. That shows you cannot relax without making any effort. Even for relaxation, you need some kind of effort because you have asked how. Relaxation is simply relaxation. There is no how to it. If you can relax, if you know how to relax, you simply relax. There is no effort, no method. In the night, it is just like in the night you go to sleep. You never ask how to sleep. Sleep is the way to reset your body and mind. Just as when you are having problems with your smartphone, you reset it, and that solves the problem. So during the day you wake up, you go through various situations of dialectical duality. You have many choices to do this or that, to choose this or that, and so on and so forth. And sleep is the way to reset your body and mind. And resetting means it gets energized, it restores its natural spontaneity and energy. But there are persons who have insomnia. If you say to them, I just put my head on the pillow and that is okay, I am asleep, they cannot believe you. And their suspicion is meaningful. They cannot believe you. You are deceiving because they also put their head on the pillow and they go on putting their head whole night and nothing happens. They are going to ask how to put the head on the pillow because they think putting the head on the pillow may be a technique that you do and you feel you fall asleep and I cannot. So there must be a technique. There must be a secret which you are not telling them. So simply saying that you are deceiving, the whole world is deceiving them. Everybody says we just go to sleep. There is no how to it. There is no technology. And these people cannot believe you. And you cannot blame them for this. You say we simply put down our heads, close our eyes, put off the light, and we are asleep. They also do the same procedure. They do the same ritual as you did, and they do it more correctly than you have ever done, but nothing happens. The light is off. They have closed their eyes, lying on their bed. Nothing is happening. Once you lose the capacity to relax, then technique is needed. Then will is needed. Then they need a technique. Then without the technique, they will not be able to sleep. Something that is natural and spontaneous for you, that resets the body and mind. Sleep is the technique to reset the body and mind to original energy level. So if you have a mind which can relax, then surrender is your way. And do not create any problems. Simply surrender. At least half of you can do this. You may not be aware, but 50% is the possibility, because masculine and feminine minds exist in a certain proportion. They are always 50-50, almost 50-50. In every realm, because a man cannot exist without a woman opposing him, there is a deep balance in the nature between the masculine and the feminine mind. Do you know that for 115 boys that are born, there are 100 girls? Because boys are weaker than the girls. So by the time they are sexually mature, 15 boys have died. So 115 boys are born for every 100 girls. Girls are stronger. They have a dance within them. They have a capacity to relax more. They have a song within them. And that happens because of the basic fact that is known as chromosomes, the thin thread-like existence. There are 22 chromosomes, pairs, X and Y. And there is one more extra. So 23. So these 22 chromosomes are known as autosomes. They are both in boys and girls, 22 pairs. And then one is known as sex chromosome, the 23rd. Chromosomes, so in case of girl, the pair comes from the mother, X chromosomes, 2 X chromosomes. Both comes from the mother. In case of a boy or a man, there is a pair. The X comes from the mother, Y comes from the father. This is the basic difference between man and a woman. And that makes the difference in the personalities or the individualities of both man and woman. 22 is common, they are autosomes, the 23rd pair. In case of a woman, is 2 X chromosomes coming from the mother, and in case of a boy, the pair comes from 1 X and 1 Y. So these polar opposites, for each man there exists a woman, and for each woman there exists a man, because this polarity is essential for them to create the energy. If there is no polarity between the positive and negative, the energy cannot be generated. The electrical energy is generated into light energy because of the polarity of the positive and negative, and that converts the electrical energy into light energy. They cannot exist without this polarity. That polar opposite is needed. And similar is the case with the inner mind also. The existence, the nature needs a balance. So half of you are feminine and can be deeply in surrender very easily. Existence, the nature needs a balance. So half of you are feminine and can be deeply in surrender very easily, but you can create problems for yourself. You may feel that you can surrender, but you think, how can I surrender? You feel that your ego may be hurt. You become afraid of surrendering because it has been taught to you. Be independent, remain independent, do not lose yourself, do not give your control to someone else, always be in control. Because of this has been taught to us, and these have created difficulties. So you can feel that you can surrender, but then the other problem arises which have been given to you by the society, by the culture, by the education, and they create the problems in life. If you really feel that surrender is not for you, then forget about it. And there is no need to be worried about it. Then put all your energies into effort. So there are two extremes. One, when you are, I said there are two possibilities, the balance between the masculine and the feminine energy. And if you are really a feminine mind, you have nowhere to go. There is no goal, no God to be achieved, no future heaven, nothing. Do not be in any hurry now. Remain true to the moment. And all that can be achieved by the male mind through hurry, through effort, you can achieve here and now without any effort. That is why the devotee is a feminine mind. It is said the devotee is a feminine mind. He is ready to absorb everything. Right now you are at the goal and you can relax. The male mind will have to run around about and roundabout until he gets tired completely. And when he gets tired, he falls down, only then he can relax. Aggression, effort, endeavor are necessary for male mind to be exhausted first, and when you get exhausted, then it is possible for you to relax and to surrender. But these two minds remain always working within you, sometimes in balance, sometimes in extremes. But it is easy for a feminine mind to surrender. But there are certain females, for them surrender becomes very difficult. So when you have taken a run round or done some work, then you feel exhausted and you can relax and to surrender. Then surrender will come only at the end. To the feminine mind, it is always in the beginning. She begins with surrender. Masculine mind begins with an effort, and then surrender comes in the end. You reach to the same happening, but the ways of reaching are different. So there is no need to waste time. When I said no need to waste, don't waste time, it is for the male mind. If I had said to be in hurry and create such an emergency that your total energy and being becomes pinpointed, concentrated, and only in that concentrated effort your life will become a flame, this is for the male mind. The masculine mind. For the female mind, relax and you are already in the flame. So there is a difference. You have to know what type you are. And then you can reset your body and mind. Because of this, there are masters like Mahavir, Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, Ram, Zarathustra, Moses, but you do not have a similar list of women. Not because women have not achieved such a state of mind. They have achieved, but their ways are different. And this whole history has been recorded by the masculine mind, and men can understand only the masculine mind. So man cannot understand the feminine mind, and that is the problem, and it is really very difficult. Meera, she surrenders. Radha. There, Lalna, Sahajobai, they were the unique, and it was natural and spontaneous. In the hands of the one who is totally surrendered, in the hands of Meera, the poison becomes nectar. Because she takes it, she has no question. The only thing comes to her mind that it has been sent by my beloved, and she sees her beloved Krishna in the poison and she drinks it. It turns into nectar. So once you have that kind of a trust, no problem can ever remain a problem for you, and you can very easily solve. But sometimes for a female also, the masculine mind becomes dominant at a particular point of time. Generally it does not, but occasionally it comes. These things can happen Even in men, in certain moments, you can, although you are a person of will, that whatever comes to the mind logically and everything, you follow that. But there are certain times when without your anything on your part, surrender becomes natural. Then it can happen. A man cannot understand that a woman, just by being a simple housewife, can achieve something which a Buddha achieves with so much difficulty, so arduously. A man cannot conceive. It is impossible for him to conceive what a woman can achieve just by being a housewife, living moment to moment, enjoying moment to moment, just near and here and now, and not bothering about anything else. No goals, no spirituality, just loving the children, loving the husband, just being an ordinary woman, but blissful in everything that she does. No need to make any arduous effort as Mahavir did or Buddha did. Mahavir, in the making, 12 years of long, arduous life, but the man will appreciate the efforts of Mahavir because he can appreciate the efforts. If you want to achieve a goal without an effort, for man it is not worth it. He cannot appreciate it. He cannot appreciate someone. He cannot appreciate someone. An Edmund Hillary who reached the Everest mountain, not because Everest is worth it, but because the effort that has been needed, that were needed, and it was so dangerous that he went through the dangerous path. And if you say that you are already on the Everest, he will laugh. Because Everest is not meaningful. What is meaningful is the effort. You are already on the Everest. If you say, he will laugh, because Everest is not important, the effort that you put. The effort to reach is meaningful. The moment something becomes easy for you to reach, for the masculine mind, the attraction is lost. There is nothing to be achieved on the Everest mountain. When Edmund Hillary and Tenzing reached there, nothing was there to be achieved. Nothing. But the masculine mind feels such a glory, and it was something that nobody could do it. It was a dangerous climb. The last few meters were a straight vertical climb, and with so much of effort, putting their life at risk, they reach, so they attain kudos. When Hillary reached, everyone was thrilled. And if you had asked, Osho mentions an incident. He says when in 1953, Edmund Hillary, the New Zealander, and Tenzing Norgay, the Indian, they reached the Mount Everest, every male professor was thrilled. And when he asked one woman professor, "What do you think about Hillary and Tenzing who have reached the mountain?" she said, "I cannot understand why there is so much fuss about it. Why there is so much fuss about it? What is the point? What have they gained by reaching there to the mountain? Even reaching to the market, to a shop, would have been better." This is the way the feminine mind thinks. What is the point in reaching the Mount Everest? What did you gain except fulfill your ego that something that nobody could do it, you have done it. For a woman, the professor said, reaching to the market, to a shop would have been better. For the feminine mind, it is useless going to the moon. It is dangerous, but it does. You cannot avoid, because the feminine and the masculine mind works together and live. So it is done in the name of many things. But as far as spirituality is concerned, there is no goal, nowhere to reach. You are already there. You are the seed. Just you have to go in the right direction, that the seed blossoms and the fulfillment comes. There is no necessity, but for the masculine mind, it is not a goal. Really, the effort is important, because when he proves, because this effort and success that he achieves, he proves his masculinity. Their very effort, their aggression, and the possibility of death gives them the thrill. Danger is very appealing to the masculine mind, but for the feminine mind, it has no appeal at all. Because of this, human history is really half recorded. We have recorded the efforts of the men, not of the women. So first you have to decide your own mind. First meditate about your own mind. What type of mind you have got. And then forget about all those methods and forget all those methods that do not belong to you, and do not try to reconcile this and that. Surrender is the easiest way. But for a woman, it comes in the beginning. Feminine mind, I'm not talking about a woman, the biological woman, the psychological. It is natural, and journey begins with surrender. In case of a man, it comes at the end after much effort. Enough for now.